It is Tuesday, May 16th of 2023, and after an extended period of leave, not being here, I'm doing a guy's daily drive. Bam! Wow. And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive. And yeah, I've been gone for a while. Lots of stuff going on. A bunch of changes in the life. Not really even sure how to say it, except to just go ahead and say it for those that don't know. I lost my right eye to cancer. There was a melanoma that was growing in it. And according to Dr. William Deegan of the Spectrum Group, he is a doctor that I finally saw that was able to do something about it. It was one of the biggest melanomas he'd ever seen. It was one for the record books. But on the plus side, the test results of it came back negative. And of course, you know, they had to remove the eye to do that. So I only have one eye. I only have my left eye, which makes things like driving a little shakier. I've had to make some big adjustments. I give people a lot more room when I drive. I don't really drive aggressively anymore because it's too easy to make a mistake. And frankly, it's too easy to make a mistake even when you have two good eyes. But when you only have one and you don't want to crash into other people, then you drive a little more cautiously. So I give lots of people room in front of me. I give lots of people room to the side of me. I've put some convex mirrors on the right side of the car since I can't, you know, because I mean, the way I used to do it when I would go to switch lanes to the right, I would just do a quick glance and nothing there, because I mean, this car doesn't have much in the way of blind spots, but a quick glance would tell me whether or not there was someone there. And I would just go ahead and do that. But now, of course, I can't do that quick glance because I don't have, you know, the eye there to do that. So I have these convex mirrors, and they do tell me if there's someone next to the car, and they do work pretty well, but there's always that chance that that I'm not seeing it right or what have you. So I'm much more cautious about doing things like moving over to the right-hand lane and things along that nature. So I just drive a lot more carefully now, not just because I'm worried about myself, but because why should anybody else have to suffer an accident, you know, because I wasn't being careful enough in the way that I was driving. So, but that's, you know, that's the thing that's going on. I lost my right eye to cancer, and I'm making the adjustments as I can to, you know, get on with my life and just do that. Now, the last thing I've got going on in relation to this, at least for now, well, there's two things. One is I have a CT scan tomorrow, which is going to be full body, and they're just going to make sure that there's nothing else going on there for me to worry about. And that's tomorrow, and then I go to see Dr. William Deegan of the Spectrum Group again. I'm calling him out because he is fantastic. He answers his phone at 11 o'clock at night when someone calls him in a panic about something relatively minor. I'm not saying that was me. I'm just saying that he picks up the phone at 11 o'clock at night when someone calls in a panic. yeah, so that's what he does. And he's a really good doctor. He had me diagnosed very, very quickly. And I was on the table the very next day. And when I came out of the anesthesia, the pain was gone. And I don't even really know how to describe the amount of pain that I was in, other than to say we ended up calling an ambulance for me at the house on that Monday before everything kind of went down. And they weren't able to do anything for me. I saw Dr. Deegan the next day, and he took care of everything on the next day after that. So by Wednesday, everything was done. The pain was gone. And I mean, I hadn't eaten in like 2 days from the time this all started that Monday afternoon to when I came out of the anesthesia on Wednesday. So I dropped like 10 pounds in 2 days. It was a lot. And with the pain gone, of course, my appetite came back. And I'm still hovering around 265 to 270, which is 5 to 10 pounds less than what it was before all this started. And it's certainly a lot less than what it was, my height, after I quit smoking a number of years ago. I mean, I ballooned all the way up to like 315, 320. I was, oh God. So I'm now 40 pounds less than I was then, coming up on hopefully 50. If I can get under 260 pounds, I'll be a happy camper. That would be good enough. But that's a problem for tomorrow. But the second thing that I need to get done before all of this can be over for now, I mean, I'll probably have to do some screenings for the rest of my life. We'll see. But I need to get a prosthetic for my right eye, something to put in its place. Right now I just have an eye patch. And because I still kind of need it, I've got a gauze, eye gauze, I guess you could call it, that's right there. And it's not open yet. New 7-Eleven with gas pumps is opening up over here. Still kind of waiting to see what that's going to be all about. Looking forward to that because, I don't have a life. But the prosthetic will be the last bit. Now, I'm told that there's not many people that do this, that make eye prosthetics. And I can kind of understand that. It's not like it's a huge market, where people are like, oh, I want to get eye prosthetics because reasons. The only reason why you would get an eye prosthetic is if you lost an eye. So that's kind of where I'm at. I guess I need to get a prosthetic. I could certainly get by with just an eye patch, have the whole thing sewn shut, I guess, and get an eye patch. Or just wear an eye patch, I mean. But if I can just look more normal, then, that's good. Now, the prosthetic isn't going to, act entirely like a normal eye. The eyeball isn't going to move around in conjunction with what my left eye is doing. And it's, from what I'm being told, it will move some, but it's not going to move at the same time, and it's certainly not going to move as much as the left eye would. But at least it'll be closer to normal, something that's not going to draw attention to itself as I'm in polite company, or however you want to phrase that. So that's kind of where I'm going. I really don't need something to draw attention to myself. I'm not someone who walks down the street, screaming, "Hey, look at me! Hey, look at me!" Too many people like that nowadays, anyway. But those are the two things that I need to have done. I need to do the CAT scan, which is tomorrow, and I need to get a prosthetic eye. I don't know how long that's going to take, or really what it's going to cost. Hold on. Oh, had to do some lane maneuvering. But that's basically why I haven't been doing Guy's Daily Drive, with all that particular drama with the eye that kind of started in early March. But that's all done now. That's all over, and I'm doing what I can to get back to a more normal life. That's the goal. The goal is to have a more normal life. So I'm back to work. I'm driving to work. We're going to go see Spamalot this Friday, which I'm really looking forward to. Didn't even mention this. The New York trip, which happened like just before all this crazy crap went down, went wonderful. We saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong. It was great. Neil Patrick Harris was a narrator, which was a surprise. We didn't know about that when we went there, or when I got the tickets. And he was great. The whole cast was great. If you get a chance to see any of the Goes Wrong plays, I highly recommend it. You will laugh your asses off. We have the play that Goes Wrong is coming up, I think, in June or July at the Kennedy Center. And I'm trying to get Peter and Liza and Guy and Ashley, my two boys and their significant others, to come on up here to see it. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with that. The other thing that's kind of newsy is Peter graduated from University of Maryland. What do they call it? University campus. I can't remember what they called it exactly off the top of my head, but he has a degree in HR. And he is looking to further his career in that field, and should be moving from where he's working now, since they didn't offer him anything. And so he's doing really well. He and Liza are getting married next year. Guy seems to be very happy with Ashley, and Ashley is wonderful. We love Ashley. So all in all, life is good. Life is pretty damn good. And these troubles aside, it's just sometimes the way things go. So that is going to do it, I think, for today. Thank you all for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can send me an email to guy@mymac.com. You can contact me via the Twitters and Mastodon and Counter Social. I am Mac Parrot over there. I am also Vert Shark over in Twitter. And you can also, or should be, listening as well, I mentioned it earlier, to the mymac.com podcast that I've been doing every week with Gazmaz since 2009, 14 years. That's a long time. And we have a really good time with that show, and it's for a tech show, it's pretty lighthearted. We don't really do anything all that flippin' serious. So I'm just gonna end it with all of that. I'm not gonna talk about my Patreon and all the rest of that. If you guys want to know more about that, you can find me in all those places. But I gotta go because I got stuff to do, almost to work. So thank you all again for watching and or listening to Guy's Daily Drive. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. Bye bye.